Hey, this is Ryan with LAC Prepared. Welcome back to another rant video. I have a lot of time driving to and from work, so I figured that's a good time to get some stuff out there, right? This video is basically a quick discussion about my previous rant video. Okay, there's a couple of things that I wanted to change and a couple of things I wanted to get clear. So I said the F word a lot in my first video. And if you watch my intro video, you'll see that these videos are for my kids. So yeah, I don't really want to be dropping f bombs. I don't want to be all f f f f f. It's not a. I'm not shooting a Martin Scorsese movie here. This is for my kids. So I'm gonna watch my language. So from this point moving forward, I'm gonna watch my language. There might be some bad language here and there, and maybe I drop an f bomb to emphasize a point, but it's only gonna be maybe one. You know. The second thing I wanted to address is that I just wanted to get something clear. My first video, I said some things that were probably some would see that as harsh, and talking about the scenario. But I mean, these videos are about armed self-defense. Self-defense in general. The use of a firearm for self-defense. I mean, there's going to be some harsh things. I mean, reality's harsh, right? But these unconventional mindset videos, there's some harsh subjects, that can get pretty dark. But one thing that I wanted to get clear is that we never aim to KILL, okay? And we sure as hell never aim to MURDER, or red rum, okay? So, but anyways, for YouTube, from now on, I'll just say eliminate instead of the K word, and we'll use unalived or unalive. That seems to be the popular thing. That's what everybody's saying now, I guess, so they don't say red rum, right? So from this point moving forward, we'll use eliminate and unalive. Okay. Well, first things first. I mean, we never unalive somebody ever. I mean, that's what these piece of shit criminals do. They unalive people. Okay, and there's a big difference, in my opinion. I haven't really, cracked open the Merriam-Webster dictionary to look at the true definition. But in my opinion, to unalive somebody, that requires a certain level of malice, a forethought, or that's just something that you want to do. There's evil involved, right? I guess that's an easy way to say it. When you eliminate someone, there's not necessarily evil involved in that. Maybe the overall situation could be considered evil, but there's no malice, But what we want to do, we want to stop the threat. We don't ever shoot to eliminate. Okay, we shoot to stop. Okay, there's no malice involved. The criminal put us in that situation. We didn't wake up that morning and decide, hey, I want to go out and put rounds on somebody. That's what these criminals out here, that's what those pieces of shit do. We don't do that. We're just trying to protect ourselves and our tribe, right? We're trying to complete our mission, right? And our mission is to get home safe and unscathed to our families, right? Stay alive, to survive. But we don't shoot to eliminate. If someone's actions cause us to use our weapon in self-defense and they are eliminated in the process, well, man, I don't really think that's not really on us, right? I mean, we didn't make that choice. Someone put us in that situation, and if there's a dire need, if life, limb, or eyesight is on the line, and it's not a situation to where we can, turn around and pull out our cell phones and call 911 and report what's going on. But if it's a right now, something's got to be done right now type situation, we want to stop that threat. We want to stop that threat. Say it again. Stop that threat. We don't want to eliminate that threat. We sure as hell aren't trying to unalive anybody because there's no malice involved. We want to stop that threat. And I just wanted to make that clear as I go on through these videos. And I'll use eliminate, but most of the time I'm going to be saying stop. Because if someone is eliminated due to our stopping of that action, whatever that criminal is doing, and that's an outcome. Okay, that's a consequence. And in a way, I kind of see it as if that's something they chose. I didn't wake up in the morning wanting to do that, but they might have woken up that morning and wanted to, carjack somebody at a red light. They should know. I mean, they should know as soon as they get into that underworld, they get into that life of crime, that being eliminated or being stopped is a part of that equation. Okay. But I wanted to get those things clear. I want to try to keep this short. My last video came out to like 22 or 23 minutes. It was insane. I wanted to pull it down and just blow it away off of YouTube. It was long. I cussed a lot, but my kids watched it. My kids saw it. And my kids were like, no, leave it. So I'm going to leave it. I'll just run with it. But that's what I want to do moving forward. Okay. We want to stop that threat. If that threat is eliminated, that's a consequence of the situation, right? It wasn't our intent. And I also wanted to address the language situation. I'm gonna try to clean up my act a little bit, okay? But anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Wanted to get that out there, and I'm gonna say it one more time, just so it seats. Plant that seed. We don't ever want to eliminate somebody. We want to stop that threat. If that threat stops, then we have won the fight. In my opinion, we have won that fight. If your enemy is down, or your enemy throws up that white flag, or your enemy fails, we've won that battle, right? I mean, that's the most positive outcome that I could foresee, is that we've won. Everything's fine. You've completed your mission. You're going home, right? But anyways, thanks for tuning in. As always, stay prepared. Keep that unconventional mindset. Take care of your tribe. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.